Thomas. He's the cheeky one.
I quit going to regular doctors for surgeries. I'm going to plastic surgeons. Okay? Make me look like the stars.
Not apologetic.
Nonsense.
Next time you see me, I'm going to have brand new hands. Surgery on Friday.
Oh.
Now, it's actually interesting how they do it. They're going to put me out, right? Then they're going to cut my hands off. And they're going to insert robot hands on top of it, tie it into my tendons, and then I'm going to control it through an app on my iPhone. It is going to be legendary.
Sounds expensive.
Insurance, thank you, Obamacare. So they're going to cut open 3 fingers, cut the tendons just in half, and then when they grow back, they'll be looser to where my hand, I wake up every day and it's like stuck like this. I can't like open or close it. But what's funny is I had this girl out last weekend.
Oh.
We were effectively having a scar contest, you know, because I've had surgeries everywhere. But she was like, I've had 2 C-sections and they were in the exact spot, right? So it's cut on top of scar tissue to do it a second time. And I'm like, so she's like, you know, here's my stomach. And I'm like, here's my balls, right?
Tit for tat.
Fucking right in the pussy.
But that was for good reason. That's my go-to. There's reasoning behind that. That's my go-to because one of the surgeries I had was when I had bladder cancer, right? And like they go in through the pee hole, right? So let's say this is your gaping pee hole, right? They shove a big hose in there, and you know my pee hole just opens its mouth open. They shove this in there, and then they have like lasers and like little saws and stuff, and they work everything off. And you know they have a big screen on there, so every time like I have to go in and get rechecked, and they just shove a tube in, right? And you're laying there in stirrups like you're about to give birth, right? With just everything God gave you out there. And they come in and they inject this numbing fluid into the head of your unit. And then your unit disappears, right? It just becomes an innie. It just, and it's always these pretty girl nurses. But they have these big screens so I can see when they're inside of there because there's a camera on the end, right? Like I'm about to give a play-by-play.
You're awake for all this?
Yeah. This happens like once a year. And you can feel like they go inside the dick hole, and then when they hit the bladder, it's like it stops them, and you feel it like puncture through the membrane of the bladder. Anyways, what I'm getting at, and the reason I said that about my balls is that one of the surgeries they messed up and they like pinched a nerve, right? So like, you know how like when it's warm, when it's warm or cold, like your balls will like go down or up, right?
Yeah.
So mine lost the ability to do that after the first surgery. So what happened was the testicles themselves stayed up real high, and then I just had this loose flapping BallSack that was like fully descended. And I went back in, I was like, Doc, you killed my performance, my appearance, my showstopper, you know? Like, I can't present this to someone. I once had a girl tell me that, like, when we were having sex, she could feel, like, me go in, and then, like, the slappy piece of BallSack skin hit afterwards. So it's phew, phew. Anyway, so I was like, you're killing my appearance, Doc. So what he did was he just took all that loose skin and just basically took a pair of scissors and just cut it all off and stitched the bottom of my BallSack back. So that's why that's the showstopper. That's the, oh, you have scars? Well, let me pull my balls out, you know? So, good thing, though, after they did that.
Sounds like you've been through some shit, man.
The doctor said, he's like, you're never going to have the old man balls. Because your balls don't move anymore. I mean, I have the balls of a 12-year-old boy. You know what I mean?
I guess that's a plus.
So, Mr. Tight Ballsack is what they called me all around town anyways. So it got me. But yeah, I've had so many surgeries, you know. I had like, I couldn't walk. And like I have these feet issues, and like my feet would flatten out and then they'd swell up like every day, and I couldn't walk. So they're like, it's a plantar fasciotomy. So they go in and they cut all that stuff out. And they were like, this is the worst surgery to repair from, because they're like, you need to start walking on the foot that day. So I'm trying to walk on this foot that's just had surgery, but I'm like shithouse hammered, right? So I was like, okay, I'm not going to walk. I'm going to run, because that's the only way I'm going to get it done. Because if I slowly, I'm not going to do it. So I go running.
Fucking jump right into it.
I go running down the hallway the night of that first surgery, and I just ate shit. I ping-ponged off the walls and just landed flat first, and my mom was here. It was like, I was like, nah, Mom, hold my beer. I got this. So for the second time they did
The
it,
doctor wants.
I was like, I'm not going to walk on it for 3 days. Screw what they say. What do they know?
Right?
Vaccines and all. But, so I waited 3 days and walked on, then it was easy. But my feet still hurt, so what do you do? So I had the feet. In a moment, I'm going to have both hands. I had the cancer surgeries. What was funny is, and this was a blessing in disguise, before I had the first hand surgery, I was like, well, what can't I do with my right hand then? Afterwards, right? So I went and got a sleeve. Nah, but what I did do is I was like, what am I going to do about bathroom time? You know what I mean? I can't get it wet. I can't just hop in the shower, right? So I went and got a bidet. And I had it like a month ahead of time, but I didn't install it till like the day before the surgery. And now I swear by bidets. I wouldn't have it any other way. Like, they could chop both my hands off. I don't know, go down there and flick it with the bottom of my chin, the little lever, But yeah, that's the best household thing I think I've ever bought. And I even have an extra one for when that thing goes bad. Yeah.
Backup bidet.
Do you have one?
No, I don't.
You need one, man. I can't even like the past 3 months up until like last weekend I bought some. I haven't bought toilet paper because I don't have why do I buy it?
You just look down at people at the grocery store buying toilet paper?
Yeah, I'm kind of like,
peasants.
You're gross. I am above you. I got the cleanest.
You are absolute garbage.
Oh, yeah. I got the cleanest bum in Brooklyn. When people see it, it's nothing but...
Wow.
I swear by the bidet, though. That's the best thing to come out of the surgeries. But yeah, next time we do one of these, I'm going to have new hands, and then...
Dude, we going to scissor that, baby!
And I'm waving at everyone. No, but for real, it's going to be brutal. I'll probably still have the stitches next time we film. I really don't remember how long they stay in. I have a new doctor, and what I've done is I quit going to regular doctors for surgeries. I'm going to plastic surgeons, okay? Make me look like the stars. But that's a guy who operated on my testicles. He was like, and he set me down. He's like, look, this is plastic surgery. This isn't necessary. And I'm like, once again, I
yes,
presented.
it
I'm like, doctor, how am I supposed to show this to anyone? You killed me. So he was nice enough, I won't say his name because of it, but he wrote it up with the insurance as if it was necessary. That way insurance would actually cover me having the nicest BallSack south of the Mississippi. This wasn't YouTube, I'd have you turn your head and I would show the world. Dropping bombs today. And believe me, none of this is on my list. I didn't plan on talking about my balls. I was going to talk about various surgeries I had. But I guess you hit the most interesting topic. But yeah, I've had both feet, multiple bladder surgeries, about to have both hands. And I'm sure there's more stuff I'm not even thinking of. I am held together with super glue and duct tape. But don't test me. I've said it before, and I will say it again. I'm strapped up like a baby car seat. So fuck with me, YouTube. This thing isn't supposed to go off unless I'm pressing the button. We haven't used a lot of these. You have the... Didn't work.
Probably a fucking reason why.
You have the nicest balls I've ever seen, Trav Daddy. That's what they be telling me. Anyways, in closing, I'm falling apart, but I'm still here. I'm tougher than you because you never felt the pain of a grown man. What's this one?
It's raining men.
All right.
Hallelujah, it's raining men. Amen.
All right. It's labeled the weather, so I thought it was going to be like a weathercaster or something. But I guess the weather is.
It's raining men.
That's the 10-day forecast, if you will. All right, let's get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, I'm going home.
Non-apologetic.
Nonsense.